I'm John Everett with Zurn Industries. Today I'd like to introduce you to an exciting extension to the Zurn Wilkins automatic control valve line, and that's the introduction of the reduced port valve. Now I think an explanation of what it is in order. With the reduced port valve, say for example here we have 4-inch. The flanges are going to be 4-inch, but your internal components are going to be 3-inch in size. Now that does something for the valve that's very advantageous in many situations. First and foremost, let's look at the flow rates of an ACV. And I'm going to look at it from the standpoint of a 4-inch backflow preventer. The 4-inch backflow preventer is rated to a flow rate of about 500 gallons a minute. On the other hand, the ACV has the capability of flowing about 800 to 900 gallons a minute. So you can see in a 4-inch backflow preventer installation, the ACV really is overkill. It can flow a lot more water than what's really necessary. So in that application, we'd probably tell the person that's designing the system, hey, you probably ought to go with a 3-inch ACV. Well, that in turn causes many problems too. It would result in having bell reducers, additional flange joints, bolts, gaskets, etc., other leak paths. So a lot of engineers and architects just don't want to downsize the ACV. Therefore, that's where the reduced port valve comes into play. So again, we're going to have a slightly lower flow rate with that reduced port. There's one other advantage too though. All automatic control valves, especially of the pressure reducing variety, have minimum continuous flow rates. In the case of a normal 4-inch valve, that's about 50 gallons a minute. By doing a reduced port valve, we drop that minimum continuous flow rate down to about 30 gallons a minute. Therefore, it allows us to use much smaller low flow bypasses. That's going to be a money savings and also a space savings. Now, many folks had asked, well, what happens if we do fall below that minimum flow? An automatic control valve will shake, chatter, rock and roll. It just can't hold its pressure constant when we fall below that minimum continuous flow rate. So again, having the reduced port valve gives us that advantage of lowering that minimum continuous flow rate such that we could use a much smaller bypass. So I think all the way around, I would like for you folks to go ahead and give Zurn customer care a call, have them give you spec sheets, instruction sheets, etc., to give you a little more knowledge base on what this product does. I think you'll find in a lot of installations it will be advantageous for you to utilize the reduced port valve.